Good evening, everybody. Hi. Welcome to me trying to wake up. So, just kidding. Obviously, we are here for more Heroes of Justice. And last time, there was no actually, I can't do anything about that, sadly. Not like I am the Flash and just make activity of my own and act like everything is fine. Also, I can hear my voice is not going on the mess at the moment. But yeah, we are here continuing where we left off. More multiverse, more television manipulation. We have not seen yet where Joel, Pierre, and Megan are. So we will see. We have seen Indiana Jones, we have seen Jurassic Park, and we have seen Star Wars. We will see.
We've also seen probably the reason for the title of the chapters.
Multiverse. Joel, Pierre, and Megan kept through the dark hallways of Nostromo. Nostromo, that say something to
That's
me.
the Matrix, the ship of the Matrix.
Ah! Megan scanning for the alien
Wait.
at her return.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. That ship is called the Nebuchadnezzar.
I mean,
Yeah.
I assume that's the alien then.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh.
And we have also seen the Terminator and the Predator. And now I remember as well. That's for me meeting lonely in their chest. And they thought say that they were terrified. Why did I choose this building? Joe muttered to himself and kept his eyes on the motion tracker near solar floor room. You had no idea this was a horror movie, Sean. He responded by keeping Milo unready. The weapon may not have been powerful enough to be in the Cannibals exercise classroom, but it could at least dive it long enough for them to lead into the other. Megan, are you sure that we have to kill this thing to get out? Jonas and Miss Marshall nodded. Yes, quite. As the chest muscle appeared, the doors were not longer seen. But I think all animated imperials were weapons. So throwing it out the other is a bad bet. If you have to throw something out, pushing something out, it is good that the two of them who actually have a shield are here. How did he do all of this with the remote? Her eyes standing on the end. This is a movie studio. It's not that because of it created a space out of nowhere. More than this not was all the space dimmed. He just shifted it into what he wanted. Okay, now that we know that we are facing an alien, let's find some more narc action. Das ist immer das Sound. This would be good for Jaguar teams. Yeah, this is perfect. Happy in the end.
We are such happy flowers. Going to sing for hours.
So it seems there is no dark team in this one. Still, let's go back to 7. Because I'm pretty sure there were some dark teams in here. And that's a little bit more fitting. Great. Your button. I think you're on the corner. Want to stop? But in most of the characters saw the meeting. They threw themselves against the wall, just as the alien dropped down from an alien vent. From an overhead vent. I mean now it's an alien vent. The show want to get a glimpse and the most of it either. And instead, like Frame with an alligated head was genuinely unnerving. More than any game they had ever come across. No, getting is one of the same much. Wow, this story went super fast. My okay. Let me guess, now I won't find any of them. Yeah, I'm finding all the happy music. When we wanted them, I remember I didn't find them.
I think you said the Secret of Evermore music was not copyrighted, and there might have been some more appropriate music there.
You are right. It's fine. doesn't have to be loud, so it's fine. It's in the mouth, slowly came out in the teeth. Time falling from its jaws, while its other face looked down on the other corners, like trying to find them. On the other side of the creature was the entrance to the airlock, which they needed to get the parasite into. And it started off, John looked to Megan and then at her. Megan leaned back, and touched into his mouth, and flew towards the airlock. John looked towards Vera, who looked at him before the two finally began walking forward. They could see Megan fiddling with the airlock's controls, and all John needed to do now was find a way to get the creature inside it. He stopped when he felt a tool dip into his shoulder. Slowly, John looked up to find the black head of the alien staring down from the shadowed broken above. It hit at him and launched down, forcing John to fall into his back, and expanded his shield to protect himself, and its weight bore him down to the floor. On the third, the xenomorph tried to wrestle the barrier to the side, and prepared to stab him with its tail, only for Vera to begin firing at him with her rifle. Both of the shots did nothing, but one managed to catch the exoskeleton and shoot out a thin bird, which boiled the other shield and began to eat its way through. The xenomorph responded by pulling Joel up and holding him and Vera, leaving both sprawled across the ground, but before he could do anything else, Vera flew at it and threw it into the wall. Go! Open it! Megan ordered, as she wrestled with the monster, using the intangibility to protect herself from the alien's teeth, tail, and claws. Not wasting time, John and Pierre ran towards the airlock, finding a pair of spacesuits resting on the wall. They immediately began inserting themselves into them. The sound of Megan's fight began the aliens spurring them faster. Only when they both shared the habits of their suits did they afford to look at how the fight was going, and they could see that Megan was struggling. She was trying to use her psychic abilities to restore the creature's mind, but it was proving to be resistant. Are we sure about that? Is the alien really resistant to psychic powers? I mean, we don't know about that. When she saw John and Pierre were ready, Megan grabbed the alien by the shoulder and threw them both back into the airlock. I mean, this is not a normal alien, this is an enhanced alien. No! He asked, as she let go of the creature. John immediately pressed the button for the airlock, and the door sprang open. They were apparently ejecting from the ship, letting Megan and the alien out with it, while Pierre and John held onto the wall for dear life. The alien attempted to fight and claw Megan to escape, and Megan really kicked it off before grabbing it with the telekinesis. So the alien attempted to bite and claw the alien. They are kind of both aliens. She had to reach as hard as she could, out into open space. When the danger passed, they were outside, and flew back to the airlock, finding that Joel and Pierre had closed it behind her. Without missing a beat, she faced through the metal door, and saw Joel and Pierre had already changed out of the spacesuit, waiting heavily. After a moment, Joel looked up at both of them. I hate horror movies, he said, as I read most women could only agree with. especially if you have to live through it. But John, my God, and Pure found their way out of the studio lot. They made it a sorry sigh. First Nightmare, the Friday, and now Alien. And they went through multiple that we didn't see. I swear, it was just me or every single lot we wanted to horror themed. Showed S appeared as the usual pillar. Was it? Okay, good. Well, not actually good, but you know what I mean. I don't know about Nightmare, but isn't Friday the 13th not that scary if you don't go to sleep? I'm sitting in my mind with hello my gun. And this day after this. Well, and two husbands immediately offered to join her. They continued onward, while searching out for any sign of mental activity, when Joe's heart began to ring. He appended and saw the words hit her face over a picture of Ruby, and Joel moved the scroll to his ear. Why cut her face? I don't get that appearance. Caterpillar, where are you? He asked. Did you find the counterfeit? We did. Ruby answered over the sound of gunfire. That's all Operation Salva. Where is that? Joel didn't wait to hear her answer, and by jumping him, appeared up and flew off. Let's follow the big monkey. Ruby just put on Joel gently, and he ran to reply, only for a roar to get him off. Yay, me erasing the first picture of the day. Oh wow. Did it have that frame that I want? Strange. I will just do this then. There you go. Just follow the giant monkey.
Yeah, let's do that.
You follow the source. There's a Jack George and the largest gorilla you've ever seen standing over the top of the center of Sava. Ah, I wouldn't call a gorilla monkey. I would say gorilla. King Kong. I assume. I can see Starfire flying around it. I saw what's into his body, but he in turn attempted to swipe her down. What happened over there? Well, we just got to go to the thing over there. And we're about to approach him, but I can't hand his to the glass and get the golden dragon. She was silent for a moment, and the matter before them. Sure enough, as they got closer, the speck of yellow could be seen flailing against her hand, gasping it. Did she get kidnapped? She admitted to herself, and the champion blast echoing out confirmed it. They gave the guardian let out a snort as she could. A sentiment soon and cold with again. Oh, we are so giving her grief about this afterward. I'll call them to that, woman boy. And of course, now that we need the action thing, action building, now we obviously swamped. Time. Yeah, get me out of here. Yeah, yes. I should go to try and punch her way out of Kinko's ship. Despite his massive size, the creative wasn't holding onto her at all the time, meaning that the young Shameless wasn't kicking in. I'm trying! Yeah, Sapphire replied, while Grey Salmon at her face, the girl of Lord, and swung into her palm at the Tamaranian, who screamed before diving down on the lake. Hey, ugly! I shouted at Kong, who immediately looked down and towards her. He spotted my firing a massacre at his face, that I'm doing nothing to the creature. I had intended to shoot to make the voice her displeasure, but to her surprise, Kong seemed to be shocked and settled by her attack. Then, to further surprise, he gently put her on the roof, next to his feet, before suddenly upright again. And Kong saw Starfire fly back towards him. He scowled and pounded on his chest. God would keep himself between Yang and her friend. Oh great! He thinks he's protecting me. I realized a Starfire from a concentrated beam of ultraviolet energy at the giant tip. Hitting him in the face and staring him suddenly. Kong rolled defiantly, jumping up to the air, and Starfire banked upward, floating her with his open palm and sending her flying body down. Yeah! She screamed before righting herself. As she flew back up, Starfire could see Yang firing her weapons at Kong, retaliating for him, attacking her friend. Kong, rather than fighting back, merely shielded himself with his arm, allowing Starfire to adjust, fly up, and deliver a flying uppercut. The low tailed it, then Kong shook his head and roared. Ah, keep it in! I have an idea! Yang yelled as she began to scare Kong's fur. Starfire nodded and flew back, flying southward as she did. Kong got angry and tore a chunk of the building off to her as a projectile. Starfire fired a rotating beam into it, and shattering into rubble. She followed the knob by staring intensely at Kong, her eyes glowing bright green, before shooting beams of energy out of them. Hey! That's my move! Superman yells. He's not here anymore. So by going could only throw his hand forward, throwing the iron, allowing Yang to receive unchecked. Rushing onto his neck, he turned to signal Sapphire to fly towards them. A signal Sapphire complied with. The Reindeer flew as fast as she could, skimming at the top of her lungs, as Yang launched herself into the back of the outside storm. Yang let her on and off of it, boosting herself with a progressive trigger blast, and the two women punched her face at the same time. The dual blows knocked Kong off balance, and in the final roar, fell over the tower and crashed into the sea below. From each moment, Yang and Sapphire looked down at him, only reacting, and Kong finally disappeared. I can't help but feel sorry for him. He was strong and dangerous, but seemed so noble at the same time. Sapphire noticed with a sad frown on her face, but then the man Yang couldn't help but understand. Yeah, Yang nodded, as Sapphire flew them down. He said that you. Yes, he said you, and that could not stand. Yes, I agree. Oh, I just realized that Fred Beast Boy would be upset if I didn't do this. Then I suddenly stopped and floated above the imprint, like a great fallen. I guess I thought. It was the airplane. It was muted, said the beast. Ah. I laughed. I got. I was trying now, being no airplanes. Thank you for the compliment, sir. You are most welcome. I mean, yeah, because all of the airplanes, all of the aircraft were actually chasing you, and you shut them all down. Let's see how far it. They still right?
Not that I suspect it would happen, but what happens if they stumble upon a spoof movie like the movie Airplane? Or Spaceballs?
I was about to say, oh, Spaceballs. I mean, I would assume that the powers would not work as they would.
Possibly. Those films make fun of other films too, so there would be a little bit of crossover there as well. Like, they did make a reference to aliens on the movie Spaceballs.
I was thinking, yeah, they did in the dinner scene.
Mm-hmm. It ran off singing "Hello, My Baby."
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my. Yeah. On the ground below, Sean, Pierre, and Megan joined the rest of the team, Huey, Juniper, and the Titan. And they scanned over against the veritable army of fictional soldiers. It was not a quite impressive display to Sean. He saw white armored stormtroopers, working side by side with Nazis, all wearing iron armor, firing arrows, and charging towards them with their swords held high. He saw dinosaurs leaping towards his friend, with their maws wide open, and their tunnels piping. A loud series of moans. They started their attention towards a group of shambling zombies, making their way towards them, their flesh visibly rotting, and showing mold in several places. And serving as the main event, it's however marked by dual thoughts, before revealing his massive white body, one the same puffed marshmallow man. Oh no, not the marshmallow man! I'm pretty sure they meant from Ghostbusters, not the Michelin man. I mean, that's very close to each other. But there is something you don't see every day. You don't do nothing. As she sat at the before him, on the station, ricochet off his armor, and snapped him back into focus. Suddenly for once, Joel saw the head of the zombie explode from a single shot courtesy of fear. But Megalon flew to several enemies at once, intercepting the organism as she did. When he finally reached the front line, he was met by a small group of smiling orcs. They threw next neighbor like swords at him. Only for Joel, the bonus blows with his shield pushed him away. Good thing that these are orcs probably from Lord of the Rings. Not orcs from Warhammer. Then you wouldn't be able to push them away. At some point, they were unable to defend themselves before the orcs were crushing walls horizontally. Biting them and the waist, they tear them back and more forward blows. The monster disappeared immediately, allowing the white knight to continue on toward the next opponent. Here meanwhile, ran across the lot, blocking the oncoming fire from both starting guards and Nazis, and firing her weapon in turn. Then bothered by mobility, Fear accurately shot at the center of mass of the village, or she shifted her rifle back into its run, needed to a nearby zombie horizontally. Keeping up with her momentum, she sent Milo into a javelin, and threw it into several zombie heads at once. At the same time, she threw a crow, like a discus into the leg of another zombie. Resizing through it, like paper. Using her stamina, she irritated Milo and mounted a crow. To circle her, hitting a razor sharp barrier that sliced through anything that came near her. Alice managed to break through immediately. She was uninvited attention. Before long, the sight of vanishing enemies became near constant. I'm sure a lot of people have thought what would happen if Pure would get the shield of the Captain America. He will become unstoppable. That's what will happen. Among them is motion focused attention, running on the Marshmallow Man. His happy face unnerves Sally, but she moves them towards aside, if he will practically pump them in the face. The blowing through the giant head to the side, the blow through the giant head to the side, and when he turns to face her, his face morphs into an angry scowl. They are made his gun in its mind, but it finds it's filled with marshmallow. With unappreciated towards her, and all human life. I always thought marshmallows were warm and fluffy. They were shouting and goes cool hot clumps of marshmallows who was running towards her. Not dark and evil. It was thrown in explode, expanding enough air to ruffle Megan's hair. It sent her standing back. She merely frowned in response before flying forward. When the ghost threw approached her, she faced through the fluffy face into its hand. For a moment, it stood there in some surprise. All the way of waiting and Megan saw in pride. It started tearing everything around her far. I didn't know Megan could do that.
But I did know the Martian Manhunter could do that, so I privately consider it dangerous to try to turn yourself solid in the middle of a solid surface.
Yeah? My mind immediately came to this guy. I mean, this is what she did, right?
That and then some.
Your spongy head as hard as you could. Try to force the mind martial out, but Mayon remained dissatisfied. He went through a chunk out, and leading with a smirk on her face, giving him satisfied in the action. Marshmallow ghost. He continued to aim and tear the ghost apart from the inside out, until she flew offward as fast as she could. Projections created an explosion of the white fluff around her. And for a moment, the giant marshmallow man danced forward numbly before falling backward on the ground with a loud thud. Soon after, the puffed marshmallow man get out of existence. He smiled proudly as he looked out over the matter below, seeing how the rest of the fans was enjoying the fight, and promptly flew down to join them. Again! They called out to the white Martian, while firing her grenade into the group of orcs. We all flew down to her, technically reaching out into the group of orcs, acting and destroying their artificial mind. Wait, artificial mind?
Yeah, I guess not like a robot, but the fact they're imaginary.
That's what you mean. Where's the Reaper? Yes, turning intangible, just this is another time to shoot her. We got the lashed out and threw him into a crowd of soldiers, where Nora shot a grenade into them. The soldiers were engulfed in the fireball, and Nora turned her hand to face Megan. He's still up at the tower, Nora answered, pointing a finger at the pane of broken glass. The sound of mutter could be heard, coming from the east side, but the ears were blocked from the tower inside, like on the face army of moving villains and monsters. Now that I think about it, it actually happened. We'll be fighting a giant ape. That is the current event. There you go. This is kind of what happened.
Probably not as friendly as King Kong.
No. Because it's a game. We have to get to April. You'll shouted as he decapitated a nearby zombie, followed by stabbing the front of a shield against another. Though fighting alongside him, lobbed several grenades into the nearby horn, sending the assortment of money, parts flying apart and figured away. Having the ranger in the butthole, announcing his plans by slamming into Nut's shoulder, crushing him. He lifted his arm into a solid count and fired it into the army before him. He was flickered out of existence, and a small group of orcs charged him. He made grabbed the nearest one, swinging arm, and swung the orc into his companion. They fell to the ground in a heap, but before they could rise to their feet, a black orc surrounded them. The orcs were floated into the air before a series of second waves launched out and dissected them. Haven, Simon noted as he continued to fire his weapons into the now civilian army. In the descent, he saw Bismo running toward the enemy forces and the game last after, mauling and clawing anything that he ran into. Graham was running alongside him, firing his pistols into the ground, while Mice combined her gifts with fire and light to destroy target. Oh wow, there is a cloud outside, and now it's darkness. But you can still see me. But just to be sure,
Yes.
just to be sure, there we go.
Okay.
Let me make it less strong. This is the lowest I can go. This is 3%.
Wow.
I mean, have you seen the power of the sun? If I go a little bit up, I'm gonna say this out loud right now. Warning, flash. So yeah. I don't need that more so light. Especially because it's just a light here. Alright. Here. The final element was taken out by Sapphire and Yang flew from above. The Tamarian throwing Yang into clouds of sulfur, but she also spun around, inspired by beams of energy from land. When she finally stopped, all that was left was fire, smoke, and small piles of rubble. Everyone good? They asked as she finished off the ninja she was fighting. She seemed to see the upper showers and thumbs up, and the photos enjoyed her comrade and the front door of the tower. Okay, I want to get the hostage into the police. All that's left is freeing up there. Are you sure you got the hostage or you got a fake? All that's left is freeing up there. Cyborg said while holding his palm account. But knowing that then Cyborg opened the door. He only made it few feet before they understand the surroundings. It's about history everything in this area. The room had a distinct science fiction look. Blue gray metal with white glowing light covered the walls and ceiling, with one hallway and the far end, again in shadow. This could be anything at the moment. I don't like this, she whispered as she kept her eyes focused on the hallway. All of them did, and their hands were standing up on the end, but before they could take a few steps forward, they were stopped by the sound of mechanical remote breathing coming from the hallway. And it's not gonna be Darth Vader, it's gonna be Dark Helmet. I hope it's gonna be that. Would be funny. Let me
over my helmet.
Let me reading continued as having footsteps grew closer. The sound of a large, helmeted man with a cape being visible to me. The police aimed a pistol at the figure. Now that's copying her action, and the meeting grew louder and louder. When the echoing acceleration became unmistakable, George, Cyborg, and Meteor's eyes widened in realization. Oh shit! They muttered, knowing instantly who was making the sound, and then moved to us. Only for about a grand beam of light shot out from a small, black kid with an iron case. Open fire! Too late. Joe yelled as the heroes began firing the weapon, and the power of Darth Vader. The Sith Lord Arcusan merely moved his lightsaber to intercept the attack, capturing the energy-based weapon, and the heroes and disintegrating the bullet. Noah fired the grenade at him, only for Vader to grab the projectile with the force and throw it back at her. But it exploded on the impact. The explosion shot Noah back into the wall. Nothing it, but she rose to her feet quickly. Yang crouched to punch him, only for Darth Vader to seize and pin her to the ceiling. this is the game. Never seen in advance. As he passed her, it was slightly lightsaber of fun. Later he making her at her aura, and sending her flying to the side. Seeing her lightly firing at him wasn't working, the hero split apart, shooting at him as only angered. With a man spun his lightsaber around him, with expert precision, blocking most of the shots while Griff appeared below him. He looked confused for a moment, before Griff suddenly erupted into columns of fire. Yeah, there is one thing I know. Darth Vader is literally the only Jedi / Sith who use the lightsaber in only one hand. Everyone else use two-handed grip.
If you're gonna try to beat this guy, you gotta use his weakness. Get the high ground.
Yeah? He is the only one that realized that, I can just use the lightsaber in one hand and use the force with the other. Everyone else either did this or that, not both at the same time. How tough is this guy? But as she said to keep the fire going. He will attack for joining her attempt with the single lamb. I mean, he survived falling into lava, so very tough.
This adventure, maybe the hero should do a binge watch of a bunch of movies for research purposes.
Yeah. Very. Samurai as he combined his arm into giant throwing cannon. During his fans in the assault, all for that lightsaber to be torn from the fire vortex and stabbed into Cyborg's shoulder. Ah! Cyborg! We are shouted as she descended to him. Item probably turned into invisible and the weapon was pulled out of Cyborg's shoulder and threw her back towards his shoulder. And then the fire began to switch and turn, forcing right and hero to visibly strain themselves further, before powerful shockwaves sent them flying back. Yours appeared no for cover, a sound of fire washing over them. When they finally looked back, they saw a smoking window staring them down, otherwise wholly unarmed, unharmed, not unarmed. How? They muttered and made a turn to face her. You don't know the power of the dark side. Vader mocked before throwing his hand towards her. I mean, Blake is literally the only one who knows the power of the dark side. He was literally with a group of people, or a group of followers, who might have tested the lead. Except for her toes being consistent and the mother being lifted off the ground. And as she grabs for breath, she saw Yang charging towards Vader with her head high. Roar! She screamed as she threw a punch, only for Vader to break into her, sending bullets falling to the ground. Gun and Meat Boy, taking the form of a Rhinoceros, shot at him. The Vader merely redirected Meat Boy's charge to slam into him, sending the Miss Holly into the wall. Meat Boy immediately turned back into human, allowing Vader to the chance to rip the light out of his picture and throw it at his hand. Though suddenly intervened with mankind, but Vader quickly responded by ripping the floor panels out from under them and ripping them into a metal cocoon. You know what's in my mind, right? There you go. I mean, it is not that far off. The difference is that they can move it. They cannot move it. He then moved next towards the lake, and Yang, only for Magan to suddenly fly forth, and finally grab him, throwing him back. With a sail on his feet and glad and the right motion, yet as Joel and Pure rushed him from the side and found that spot. When I turned his lightsaber off, the dog both sides. A loud hit and a noise sounding off, and the blades made contact. Joel and Pure glanced at the sixth lord, who badly leaned into the approach, and started right back to the impenetrable gate of his mask. I mean, if it wasn't heavily copyrighted, probably one of the most heavily copyrighted songs, we would play the Dark Side music from Star Wars, the Imperial March. But it is one of the most heavily copyrighted music because it's more Star Wars and Disney right now, so impressive. Most impressive. It's both, and the two ultimate punch with all their might, with a minute rotating and keeping them back. Now, give in to your anger. Only your hate can destroy me. Joel and Pierre said nothing, and they separated from Vader as far as they smiled again. Vader made an effort in the attack with his lightsaber, and as Pierre and Joel continued to assault, he felt blocked at all of them. With a few more moments of this, Darth Vader grabbed Joel and slammed him into Pierre's side, throwing her across the room, and they started to crush Joel's chest plate. Yeah, that's the problem. Joel began to scream in pain, only for Magan to fly into Vader and slam him into the nearest wall, making crawl on the right side. So, the White Knight is actually fighting the Black Knight. At the moment.
Yep.
The robot got under the blow, and Miss Martian began to...
So is the White Martian.
Yeah? The White Martian who is actually green. And Miss Martian began to throw punches into Vader's helmet. After a few sights, then began to appear before Megan's chief detective, and tried to destroy his artificial mind. I mean, if Cyborg knows this, then he knows. All you need to do is take off his helmet, and you win.
Or
Right?
mess with his respirator.
What?
Or mess with his respirator.
Yeah. With him up to attempt with the force, putting Megan to stand back in pain, and got his Lord an opening. And his mark is lightsaber at her. Megan being turned intangible, allowing it to pass through her harmlessly, before following up with a great jab to the heart. With a close her feet, the floor cut to the side invisibly. Guys, this isn't working! Wilmore shouted as he moved with the others. I just realized that pool would be a good Darth Vader cosplayer. You know the reason, right?
Not entirely, but I think I can figure it.
I mean, just this. You don't even have to do masking. Yes, a wine powder. Guys, this is not working. Billboard shouted as he comes with others. Yeah, I noticed. I responded by holding her outlet. Cyborg catching his fucking shoulder. He sees another arm into Sonic Cannon, naming the Darth Vader. But we are having a lullaby in the background. You can go back to the last one. My Typher and him and hovered over him, and gained a purple aura, covering them. Joe looking over at the top of his shield, watched as Vader slowly walked towards them, starting to think of a way to successfully meet the movie villain. He showed. How did Luke newly? He told and Vader suddenly limped towards them. He jumped turning into the ground. Then he's like, ah, I know! Hey Vader, I'm your son!
And Vader like, no, that's
No.
not true. That's impossible.
When he landed, the hero jumped back to avoid his swing. The metal made cut through the air with a loud hum. They then heard a loud explosion come from above. At once, they understood that Humi was there fighting to control the thing. But with Vader in the way, they wouldn't be able to help her. Not that they thought she needed it, but they wanted to get her all the same. I mean, if he actually had a son, which he did, I'm assuming Joel is not that far off in age than Anakin. Not Anakin,
Luke.
Luke. Let me actually check, how old was Luke at that moment? I want this one, yeah. How old was he in every Star Wars movie? He was 10 years old in the beginning and then 19 at New Hope. So he is like 3 or 4 years older, Luke Skywalker, than Joel. So it is possible that he could be his son. Joel might hate as he told overweight to make this a slow down. As he did, the fans began firing their weapons at Darth Vader, who was finally button number 8, with swings over his sword and with the force. But Cyborg fired his toy cannon at Vader. He had the lightsaber. Forward to absolutely combat Soundwave. Somehow. While continuing to advance. Starfire, her eyes glowing now again, flew around behind, and began throwing starboard at his back, only for Vader to sharp his turn around, and like the keynote into the wall, and for a split second, allow the sonic waves to strike Vader's back before he in turn pushed them back towards Cyborg. Wait a second! Beyond thought accidentally the button. Though at the icon they command and were about to fire the weapon at Vader, only for John to raise his hand and stop them. Nine, we don't have time to... Jen began, but stopped when John turned to look at her directly in the eye. I figured it out, John declared, pulling the hero to look around him, drawing their attention towards him. I think he had on isn't going to work. Just put your weapons away and let him kill you. Yeah, we figured that. But yeah, our show continued. Yes, but we focusing attention into a single target, it was allow everyone else to attack him from all sides. He won't be able to defend himself. I mean, that's what they are doing at the moment. The assault over his promoter. The cyborg and Starfire continue the battle with the Sith Lord behind them. Then they then nodded in agreement. Okay, then another try taking her leg. I will go in and... No, I will do it. Your counter immediately hitting everyone's process. He shut them off with the right hand, while taking his equipment. In case any of you forgot, I am the only one here without a gun or the ability to fire an enemy blast. All I got is a sword and a shield, and that's it. And this also happened, carelessly. You're becoming the target. I'm gonna be here, hi, I am, take me. You don't like me, boy? Your aura can take hits. Maybe I realized, and you're nodding. The rest of his fans looked at him with a frown. Before I said nothing, John nodded back, then turned to face Darth Vader. As soon as I got him occupied, hit him with everything you got. Don't worry about me. Because the others could possess. The George charged forward with his shield raised high. Just as Cyborg and Starfire were flung back by Vader. This allowed John to momentarily catch him off guard and slam him to the side with his shield. But I stayed back suddenly before swinging his lightsaber at John, who moved to block it with his shield. John, you know that you are facing a lightsaber, and you don't really have the upgrade yet from later in the series. It is just a metal shield.
Well, this is Aura covering his equipment too?
Oh
As it is
yeah,
for the
that
rest monitors?
he might have done it, but at this point he shouldn't know about that.
Well, then in that case, I have another question. If Vader strikes the shield that's covering with the aura, isn't that damaging his aura, like striking any other part of his body?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The shield sparks from the heat of the blade, which only intensified as Vader wore the saber down more and more. The seam of the lightsaber was badly pushed away from John's face, but the sword beginning to form on his brow, and Vader stared him through an open mask. Suddenly John realized all tension and jumped to his back, allowing his friend opening to fire a few rounds and an blast at Vader. Most were reacting, and a few managed to make them mark, Vader had to retaliate, only for John to jump to his feet and swing crucial balls toward Vader's way. With the nose to strike with his lightsaber, only to grant in pain and the back to his fire a threat of taking energy at his back. He was joined by hand firing most of his pistols and Starfire throwing more starboards from opposite sides, opening his lord with their attacks. When May began to prepare a shot towards Vader, he made him block the 45 ACP round with the palm of his hand, then used his lightsaber to redirect most of Cyborg's plasmic shots towards her. Blake's shadow threw the shot while she continued to fire Vader's position. Weiss then created a black gaze underneath Vader's feet, and then he suddenly fast against pressure holding him down. The Lord took the opposite swing crochet balls towards the shoulder, and in grant of pain from Vader and shot a spark from the open wound on his arm. I mean, yeah, actually, Weiss's graves are very close to how the Force works. was more visible. He met him. That was shouted as he continued to run and fire. He had the opportunity to face two increasingly fierce for fire. He was a now dueling Joel and Winner. Although their friends were careful to avoid Joel, the approximating man, it was impossible to miss him entirely. He was waiting for the pain, but to his end, he continued to press on. The hero's effort. That's a same way to say hero. Or the hero's effort. Were beginning to wear down, and his moments were more stylish. It was then that Miller scored a hit against Jones, but he laid away, and Golden came to shout in pain as his orb scaled dangerously. Miller then grabbed Jones by the toes and tied him in front of himself, watching the other heroes wrestling scenes their fire, lest they harm their friend. Miller kept going as she neared them. She screamed and threw a punch. Those eyes hadn't been shown, only for Megan's arm to face through the school and emerge out of the other side. Her fist solidifying just before contacting with his helmet. A loud screech sounded, and Joe felt Vader's grip release. Immediately Joe turned around and snapped his shield into Vader, throwing him back. You okay? Vader asked as Joe checked himself. Seeing how he was unharmed, he flashed a smile at her, only for his expression to turn serious. Never do that again, please, he said, and brushing Mrs. Dillon. Yeah, sorry about that. John didn't have a chance to respond before Vader shaking rose to his feet. The man was the same kind, with one last narcotic shuttle and exposing the pale skin out of the lid. A singular yellow eye stared back outward toward them in his face, and his mouth was noticeably more labored. Without saying a word, they just all charged towards the slot. He didn't hold their advance with the force, but they were merely pushed to the side. In their form sagging a chain, they bound themselves around Vader's arms, preventing him from parting Yang's wide charge, and punched his hand. Cyborg followed her up, the solid playmaker to his shore. They stepped back and Beast Boy now ran her. George Vader straight into the wall. As the Sith Lord began to slide down, Beast Boy quickly changed into a gorilla, and punched him several times with a heavy fist, which Laura followed up by making back card down onto Vader's chest. A loud screech followed, and Pierre took the opportunity to throw Milo into his arms. Vader roared in pain, and watched him throwing them back with a wave of power. As one of the two fighters fired off a wave to stay on his feet, Joe rushed in, with desperate yell on anticipated SWAT. SWAT had tried to tie down the Sith before he could recover, making the chase of himself, with a face shown with absolute hatred, and raised his hand towards the White Knight. Be careful not to joke on your convictions, Vader declared. Yoda felt his throat crossing, and stumbled to his knees, as he found it suddenly very hard to breathe. It was then that his eyes began to see the release around the pole, and mouth across them, starting Vader's body with each pass. He was firing his pistol as he ran towards Detective Vader, jumped high and delivered a solid kick to Vader's hand, shattering what remained of his helmet and releasing Joe from his grip. Joe fell to the ground and began to breathe as he felt air re-enter his lungs. His face noticeably reddened as Pierre rushed to check on her partner. I didn't think that through. Did I? He calmed down and Pierre nodded. Joe rose to his feet and watched as his friend finished not below. He grabbed the weapon out of his neck and had him in place, with Yang on the end. By hand, and Nora pulled on the other end of the missile form out of the wall. At the same time, I spinned his arm and legs with grips, forming firmly in place. Raven, Sapphire, and Cyborg joined up their attack, and aimed towards his hand. Wheeler seemed to realize what had almost happened, and his eyes widened. No! He shouted dramatically. As she attacks made contact, completely enveloping his body. When the seal finally finished, all that was left of Raven was a twisted mess of chaos flesh, and sparkling wires that quickly figured out of resistance. The room descended into silence, broken only by the sound of neighbors breathing. Remnant tears could spare their overall healing, their wounds, but each movement still made them win. Finally, after what seemed like eternity, Cyborg smiled smiling, and then, Mooyah! Cowabunga notes. Okay, we are done this file. My voice is not holding out too much, but we brought her out, come to think, in the cloud of hospital. Avoiding his level-blending lightsaber. It's a large stature, the villain proved to be surprisingly nimble. His front blade was more akin to a lance, making his lightsaber in a dazzling fan of crimson beams, and lifting his arms to wander out his away. I know those movements. Remember the lightsaber kid from the meme? Here, quick! Ruby shouted as she shot a bullet towards her face, who leaped to the side and noticed her aiming at him. And this one is awesome! Thank you! The thing generally returned. As he aimed his remote at the nearby pile of rubble, Nearby turned and fused into giant golem. Everyone couldn't tell but marvel at the display. That is so deep! He relaxed and rolled to a punch towards her, bursting away into catwalk to a near distance. He went to exploding ground, and began firing at the golem, just destroying silver portion of his body. Only for another kick of big remote to repair the damage. So we found at least one for more, knowing that the only way to stop this was to remove it from play. I mean, you can shoot it out of his hand. If this works, we must actually load a single custom round in the castle door, in a golem center and fired. The round rolled its way into the center, before violently exploding, sending jars of rubber flying everywhere, and forcing Control Pig to dive behind the crowd's pillar, protect himself. Yay! It did! For 2 seconds. When the rain of rubber finally stopped, beat his head out from behind cover, the moment and the little shell before him. Holy crap! What kind of round was that? Yes. Very high explosive into the keeper round. Ruby answered with a smirk, wanting to Control Pig in his remote once more. Not willing to entertain another creation of his, Ruby kicked the chamber on the bullet and fired an object, setting it into 1,000 pieces. I mean, yeah, you could have done that in the first place. Remember when I said that in the beginning? No! Control Pig yelled, as close his pain and in pain. About sparked rapidly. Another around her, Ruby saw his contact collapse and take her out of an instant. He sent the man desperately out the window, and Ruby hoped down to approach him. Seeing all of his creation disappear one after another, he was shouting, turning around, swinging his lightsaber to the Reaper. His athlete launched it, swinging a blade around the head, tearing it from his hand, deactivating it at the same time.
Is it part of the creations too?
What?
Wasn't it part of the creations too? The lightsaber should also disappear. Unless he actually made a real lightsaber.
I can think that he can make that. You're making the villain in the god. Holding him
Jeez.
down.
If he made a real one, you gotta ask him where he got the kyber crystal.
Yeah? And even come up on him. Give up, please. People are there ask him. Because I think that's for a moment. Before finally saying anything he said. Coming other than him, then pulled a pair of handcuffs out of her man's pouch and cuffed the man to the nearby pole. It was only then that Ruby allowed herself a chance to tire to leave. I mean, it was all over. Hey! Nothing suddenly asked, bringing Ruby's attention towards him. I'm curious, but is it true that you ain't as a new alien that's very matter police? Ruby moved to look to the back, and I questioned before the thing. Yeah, we are. You were saying with the title, when you know, did your thing. Ha! Just my luck. And nothing checked out to himself. The first time in years, I lose control. And I just happened to travel and the links you are training. Sporting, I suppose. What gave it away? I've been following you guys on the message board. Yes, especially. Even to I that people who have been in Kako were one of them. But it wasn't after I started watching you guys fight that I put two and two together. We'll be home to herself before staring back out over the studio. You see a police siren scrolling in on them, but he made where she was. She then looked at the center of the remote, and the question popped into her mind. May I ask you something? It looks like I have anyone asked to me. I mean, yeah, you have to be me and boss, but something sadder to me for saying another. Why did he do it? And Tommy's question could have fixed him surprised before frowning. The jerk and your blood friend paid before the fight canceled my favorite show. I couldn't. You are not answering my question. Tommy answered him, telling him now firmly. I mean, why did you do this? Any of this? You made something amazing, brought all of the fantastic creatures and creatures to life, and you chose to do it like this? Why? Something stared at Tommy for a moment before replying with again. Well, like I told you years ago, being a villain is cooler. Way more interesting than being a superhero. And I get that, but there are so many other better ways you can use the thing. Tommy said, throwing her arms wide, he was sitting down. Do you want to know what my main thought was for this entire experiment? Let me guess. There was desperation, panic, anger. No. It was fun, probably. You're not the cat, only for me to a cat. Fun! It doesn't matter how much fun I was having, yep. Umi smiled brightly, but control face surprise. I was having a blast fighting all those movie villains. Sure, I'm not a little high, but it wasn't anything me or my friends couldn't handle. You know what? When you go back to the watchtower, you will have to ask Batman and others to improve the horror station, the telling count, so they can include movie villains in there. They can do it.
Yeah, that'll be a DLC.
Yeah. You had fun? With a request, yes. And whom I do this knowledge. Not a bit, if you ask me. Not so much better use of a remote that I can set up studio access. Whom added. You want people to shine, the love you have towards the characters, right? Let's show them just what makes you love them in your remote. bring them to life, and allow people to live out their favorite ones. Your favorite ones. These characters should bring joy and excitement to people's lives, not fear, except the ones that meant to be fearful. Heck, if you wasn't, you can even be the villain of the entire thing. Making it into the greatest show on earth. Doesn't it sound better than getting your butt kicked? Yeah? Luffy stand and held for a moment, holding the truth to his head. Huh? I can't have to say that I never looked at it like that. In hindsight, it seems obvious now that I think about it. I mean, yeah, the only problem was that the Titan and the others were literally trying to, no, you have to be good. You cannot be a neutral party in this. You are either good or evil.
Okay, hold on. I just thought of something really funny. Alright, so say he does that. He basically makes a theme park.
Yeah?
An extremely successful one by sort of materializing fictional characters to be as real as possible. And then it's execs from Disney that started to become the villain against him because he's stealing too much money from them for making a more successful theme park. And maybe stealing some of their licensed property, too.
I mean, yeah. That's why he is a villain. But he will have enough money to pay them off. If you think about that.
That could end up true. You know what? He wouldn't even have to pay park employees. He can create fictional, I don't know, Ewoks or something to help clean up the garbage.
I mean, royalty exists. You can just buy the rights to use the license things.
Imagine all the themed lands you could make in this park.
Literally all of them.
Right.
Also, you could do it like, this day is Alien Day, this day is Star Wars Day.
Yep.
To be smart also, or to share a piece of breakable rubble. Something turned his attention to where she was looking, and then sighed. Also, he would not need to pay any of the, any helpers because he can just kill them. They don't need to eat, they don't need to get money, they don't need anything, they are just there.
I don't know what happens if you eat fictional food. My theory is you could probably taste it and all that because if the characters are solid enough, maybe it would be to the other senses too. However, in your stomach, I think it might dematerialize so that you didn't gain any actual nutrition or fat.
I mean, in this nudge, that is what happened. The main character jumped into a painting. He ate food in there. It was really nice. And then he came out of the painting and he was still hungry because he ate nothing. Actually.
You know, at that point, I would actually consider making the food free because they're not gaining any actual nutrition from it. So it's really just for the experience, too.
Yeah. I mean, he can still buy real food.
Sure, and that, yeah, then you would sell it for real money in that case, too. It might be prepared by, say, droids from Star Wars, but still, with real ingredients, you got real food, real taste, and real fat, and all that.
I mean, imagine just having a Star Wars bar when they're playing. I mean, that's probably even a thing. Even the thing.
Yeah, that could be a serious market behind that.
Respond to that one, or to start a piece of broken rubber. Without paying total attention to what you're looking this time. I'm going to jail, aren't I? Oh yeah.
Oh, you could hear that from the siren in the background of your house. They're coming for a control freak right now.
Was that actually a siren?
I think so. Maybe you can replay this video to this point and see if you can hear it too.
Yeah, that probably happened. Lots of fires and stuff right now. What did the woman disappeared? The purple flash. Leaving Control Freak alone. Wait. A purple flash? What? I'm confused. That would assume it's Raven. Teleporting her away. Right?
Maybe, yeah.
But if I assumed entered the room, as he was probably arrested, and he was in and probably arrested the minute by reading out his right. Control Freak normally listened alone, having already memorized the speech by heart, or said nothing. He said he was thinking about the future, what he was going to do next. I mean, in the past, he did not kill anyone, did not hurt anyone.
You know what? That theme park could be so successful that he might be able to start hiring writers for all kinds of other shows.
Yeah,
Now,
and he can make his own.
he cannot steal other people's existing property, but man, when you make your own shows, you can get it the way you want it. And that would also be more material for his remote to draw upon.
Also, if you have that remote, you don't even need CG. What was I gonna search for? Oh yeah. Let's see, kidnapping, laws. Penalties. Up to 20 years for similar crime, but that is for the if you are similar. Also, he can claim not guilty by reason of insanity. Right? And I assume nobody would say that he is not insane. By the time Ruby, Juniper, and the Titans returned to Titan Tower, they were all totally exhausted. I am too. There is a sweat and body odor surrounding them, and they couldn't get into the showers fast enough. I need to have a shower as well. By the time they were all done, none were willing to do anything else for the rest of the day, and so the teenagers were content to later on in the living room. So, I began, dusting out a cup of tea. Outside of how pointless and entire thing seemed to me, I just happened to admit that it was kind of fun. Same, Garfield echoed his statement. To be honest, most of our fights in Control Freak are kind of fun. I think annoying is the right word. We were interjecting as she read the book next to Blake. The pause nodded as she turned to the next page, in the book. All that pause, but her ears had the dual sound of Lizzie's song emitting from Megan's rooms. Fun with John, Laura, Pearl, and Ruby singing along in the Martian. Everything was peaceful.
I heard a little bit of noise in your background.
This was
It might
the
have been your
normal.
mother.
That's the rule. And even if it's the only lesson of a moment, it was all me, because I will ask for. By the way, Young, how did you enjoy your time at the website this test? I was curiously. The peaceful moment was broken by the sound of uproarious laughter from all parties within the earshot. Yet despite herself, May couldn't help but smile. Aww. And that is the end. And
During this
also
time,
wasn't. What?
the author just recently saw Lego Movie 2.
Yeah?
Date is this? 2019? So if you can look up when Lego Movie came out, Lego Movie 2, you might get a rough idea of when he may have wrote this.
I mean, it's 2019.
Uh-huh.
So let's see. Next is gonna be different. Special unique. Oh, they're gonna get some extra upgrade. They were about to do it. Get it? But they weren't able to because the crucifix appeared.
Yep.
And that is gonna be. Yeah, on the same day as your ending. So in 4 days from now.
Oh, that's actually probably going to be May 2nd for me.
I mean, you know how I mean.
Yeah.
Also, let me see. How long is that chapter? It is 11,000 words. We may see. Hopefully, once again, I hope my internet is gonna get fine because nowadays we are getting a lot of issues. But that is something I cannot do anything about. So if there is no stream, just assume that I am not here. But that is it for today. And see you next time. Bye bye.